Hey there, book lovers and story enthusiasts. Welcome back to Pure Literature, where we dive into the world of literature and storytelling. Today, we are exploring one of the most fascinating and powerful literary devices used by authors, poets, and even filmmakers to add depth and richness to their work, allusion. So, what is allusion? Allusion is a literary device that involves a brief and indirect reference to a person, place, thing, or idea of historical, cultural, literary, or political significance. It does not describe in detail the person or thing to which it refers. Allusions rely on the reader's familiarity with the referenced work or concept, and they are used to add deeper meaning or context to the text. People often make allusions in everyday conversation, sometimes without the realization that they are doing so, and sometimes without knowing the material to which they are alluding. Typically, these allusions are in reference to popular culture, including movies, books, music, public figures, and so on. Here are some common examples of allusion in everyday speech, along with the source material to which they are referenced. Like, if I'm not home by midnight, my car might turn into a pumpkin, is from Cinderella. Writers often utilize allusion as a literary device for an incidental mention of something or a passing reference to create context. Greek and or Roman mythology are commonly used as sources for allusions in literature, directly or by implication, due to the familiarity most readers have with classical myths, their stories, and characters. Here are some examples of allusion to classical mythology. Achilles' heel, alluding to one of the weaknesses of Achilles. Arrow of love is allusion to Cupid. The Bible is another frequently referenced source for writers utilizing allusion as a literary device. Here are some famous examples of biblical allusions: garden, Eden, and creation, snake, serpent, and Satan. Allusions can be categorized into several types based on the source material they reference. Here are the different types of allusions. Historical allusions, references to historical events or figures. Example, he was a real Benedict Arnold, referring to the famous American traitor. Literary allusions, references to other literary works or characters. An example is, he met his Waterloo, alluding to Napoleon's defeat, often implying a significant decisive defeat. Mythological allusions, references to myths or mythological figures. An example is, this place is like a Garden of Eden, suggesting a place of great beauty and peace. Biblical allusions, references to events, figures, or stories from the Bible. The example is, he has the patience of Job, referring to the biblical figure known for his endurance. Cultural allusions, references to movies, songs, and celebrities. An example is, don't be such a Scrooge, alluding to the miserly character from Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Political allusion is a rhetorical device where a speaker or writer makes a brief reference to a well known political event, figure, or concept. This technique relies on the audience's familiarity with the reference to convey additional meaning or evoke specific emotions. And the example is, political figure referring to a leader as a modern day Churchill suggests strong leadership. Pop culture allusion is a rhetorical device where a speaker or writer makes a brief reference to a well known element from popular culture such as movie, TV show, song, book, or celebrity. This technique relies on the audience familiarity with the reference to convey additional meaning or evoke specific emotions. TV shows referring to someone as a real life Sherlock Holmes alludes to the detective from Sherlock, implying they are highly observant and intelligent. Philosophical allusion is a rhetorical device where a speaker or writer makes a brief reference to a well known philosophical concept, text, or philosopher. This technique relies on the audience's familiarity with the reference to convey deeper meaning or provoke thought. Philosophers, referring to someone as a modern day Socrates, suggest they are wise and engaged in deep questioning. And here are some examples of allusions from literature. In her novel, Morrison alludes to the familiar wording of the reading primer series Dick and Jane, used as part of educational curricula from the 1930s to the 1970s. The series featured simple, repetitive wording and a picture a white middle class family made up of a boy, girl, mother, father, dog, and a cat living in an idyllic American neighborhood. In this passage, Piccola's character challenges the language, intention, and aesthetic of the Dick and Jane series by running the words together and making them difficult to understand for the novel's reader. This reflects the breakdown and disparity of images in Piccola's mind between her environment and experience as an African American girl in 1940 Ohio and the white children in the world of Dick and Jane. Morrison's use of allusion to Dick and Jane as a literary device is effective in that it is widely recognized and understood by readers, and gives meaning to the meaninglessness Piccola finds in the primer's words. In his poem, Frost makes an allusion to the fall of man and exile from paradise by referring to Eden and how it sank to grief. This allusion helps to connect the human experience to the poet's lament about the cycle of life and death, beginning and ending in nature. The allusion to Eden also provides an interesting context to the poem, in that the reader can infer that the fall of man was a natural and possibly inevitable occurrence, adding to the appreciation of life in its temporary existence. Although Martin Luther King has used several allusions in his speech, I Have a Dream, one of the best is Five Scores Ago. This allusion has been used to echo Abraham Lincoln. He used this phrase during his address at Gettysburg, saying, Fourscore. When Martin Luther King uses this phrase, the reference to that allusion is unmistaken. Therefore, his argument is also unmistakable in that it connects to the same issues that Lincoln raised and resolved several decades back. These lines from Romeo and Juliet show the use of several allusions such as Cupid, Queen Mab, and English folklore. Almost all of them are associated with love, hate, and chivalry. Allusions create connections between the work at hand and the broader culture or historical context, inviting readers to engage more deeply and think critically about the themes being explored. They add layers of interpretation, making the experience of reading more rewarding, whether through a direct reference or a more oblique hint. Allusions enhance the tapestry of a narrative, demonstrating the intertextuality that underpins much of human creativity. And there you have it. Allusion is a fascinating and powerful literary device that adds depth, meaning, and richness to any piece of writing. Whether you are reading a classic novel, a modern bestseller, or even watching a movie, keep an eye keep an eye out for those clever references that connect stories across time and culture. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insights into the world of literature and writing. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an update.